Hi guys, welcome to another S.O.A.P video. My name's as you should know by now. With me, I do have a new face. I have Corey, star of our latest podcasts, and a new face to our videos.
Hey everybody, so yeah, as I mentioned, I've been on a couple of podcasts with Dan, Cav, and a few of the others. But yeah, it's the first time I've been on camera, so hello.
So I've brought Corey along with me today to do a slightly different video. Normally we unbox and we look at new stuff. Disclaimer applies that I have already played with what's in the box, so it's more of a review, but we're going to do a what's in the box video.
Yeah, I have no idea what he's brought or anything.
No one
to do
does.
with it.
I am the only person here that knows what's in this box, so come on, give us your best shot. What's in the box?
Remote control car. I don't fucking know. It's a white box.
It's a nondescript
What
white
am I
box.
supposed to guess?
So it's got a barcode on a model number. Do you want to guess based on the model number? No, actually don't.
Yeah.
Whoops. Alrighty, I have. Corey now knows what it is. I have in the box. Shall we just... That went well. Shall we just open it and have a look?
I'm gonna be so surprised.
Alright. Great. So, in the box.
Oh my god, it's a drone!
It's a drone! It's a small drone. Okay, but the best thing about this drone is it's made of Lego!
That's
Literally
cool.
made of Lego. So it's a tiny little drone made of Lego-like pieces, which are compatible with Lego and other
I wonder how much shit you could add to this
building
without
block
breaking.
brand. Well, I've ordered a Batman minifig.
Just to stick on
To
the
sit on the
flyer.
top, right? And it's like, you just fly around and go, I'm Batman. But seriously, guys, so I bought this through the week because I could, basically. So it is a drone. It is a tiny little drone made of Lego. That was kind of the selling point for me. So we'll have a look what I got with my Lego drone.
Right.
So we got like a kind of PlayStation-esque controller.
Why are there so many buttons?
Oh, because
for a
you've got to
Lego
trim.
control?
You've got to trim the motors and stuff, so it doesn't fly straight. There's a clicky dealio to hang your smartphone on. It does come with an app as well, but the app's kind of Chinesey, and it's wrong way. It's not great.
Speaking of Chinesey, how easy is this thing to actually use?
Yeah, well, as I said, it's not new. I have played with it all this morning, and I've got it to fly and crash. It's going to take some work.
Is that why there's duct tape on it?
No. We'll get to that.
Alright.
So the battery that's in it's flat, but I do have a spare. So we're going to dismantle it in a second and put the new battery in and maybe go have a play. But I just wanted to show you what comes with it. So you've got your PlayStation thing there and a wicked battery charger that charges the batteries.
Yeah, right.
You got a manual.
How quick did the battery charge?
It takes about an hour to charge a battery. So
Okay, that's not too bad.
And you get about 9 minutes of continuous flight out of it. But when you crash it every 30 seconds, that's quite a lot.
It's about half an hour.
Yeah. So it's got a book, obviously, which didn't have the assembly instructions.
Okay.
So they come on a separate.
It genuinely
piece of
looks like a
paper.
Lego building
Yeah,
instruction.
look, see, that bit goes there, that bit goes there. It does come with some spare blades as well, because you're going to break them.
That's a first. Usually a lot of these things don't.
And some warranty information. So I'll get rid of the box. Now, it did come from a company called Kogan. Hopefully, most people in Australia be fairly familiar with Kogan, and I keep moving that the wrong way. That's better. Fairly familiar with a company called Kogan. They're an online company, and basically they sell rando stuff and big TVs and things like that.
Since you said it was such a random, like they just sell random stuff, how
Yeah.
did you actually find this? Like,
Well,
doubt you've just Googled Lego drone.
No, but I should have. No, seriously. Like, I buy a fair bit of gear from Kogan, so he sends me an email about 900 times a day with his new specials, and this was the top of the list on one of the emails I got, and I went, yep, sold. Done. Bought.
So how much did you buy this one for?
Okay, so this is the extended model, the what do they call it? The endurance pack. So this bad boy right here.
That looks totally endurable.
It's taken some big hits today, actually. This bad boy right here was about $35 plus shipping, so it's breaking the bank. The normal model is 25, but it doesn't come with a second battery or the extra blades. So I figured another $10 is a really good.
So is that really the only
investment.
difference? Is the extra battery in the blades?
Yeah, you can buy extra batteries separately, but you can't buy extra blades.
Yeah, right.
So it was kind of like, oh well, I'm gonna bust it, so I better get some more blades for
At
it.
least you were like well aware of what was going to happen.
Yeah. Okay, so he sends me an email every day, and I've spent a lot of my disposable income on random Kogan stuff. This is just the newest one.
I'm having a lot of fun with this controller, actually.
It's nice, isn't it? It actually feels nice in the hand. Shame you can't pair it to your PlayStation or something. It hasn't got enough buttons. But
It hasn't got enough buttons. This has more buttons than my Xbox controller.
Maybe we should count, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, show everyone how many buttons it's got,
Yeah, it's like a Xbox controller, but double-sided. If you just cut one side down the middle.
and then stick a PlayStation controller on the other
Yeah,
side.
pretty much.
Yeah,
And then you've got the little phone
holder.
thingy,
So yeah, you do get.
which I've been hoping to fiddle with. It's actually quite easy to sort of adjust and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I did find that you really do have to screw it up tightly, or your phone will just go out of it.
Okay, so it doesn't bear weight very well.
No, luckily I had it in a case. Anyway, so some of the features this little guy's got is actually really cool. So it's got 2 LEDs on the front, which tells you what the front is, so you know when you're flying it, which way to turn it and stuff. But it actually has a camera.
Okay, is that what the app you were talking about?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah.
it's got a first-person view camera. Now, I know it's not the best quality camera, obviously, because of the size of it there, but it's not too bad. It does 720p video, and I've got some great video of it running into things already. But that's the kind of the reason I got it is because it's all self-contained in this tiny little Lego block here.
Yeah.
And the rest is just
stacks
on it. So you've got the camera, the receiver, and everything in that little Lego block. And I was figuring maybe if I ever got around to mucking with it really heaps, I could change around the configuration of the arms and stuff and do things.
Well, that's it as well, especially for like $35 to have a drone with an actual like recording thing attached to it is pretty good.
Yeah, and you don't put an SD card or anything in it. It records directly on your phone. So it's got an Android and iOS app, which is pretty cool. Once you work out how to use it, and you can actually pair the remote control with the drone, and then just use your camera as a view. Or you can pair your camera fully to it and use your your phone.
Oh, okay, so you can actually use it instead of using this as well.
And it's got you can even turn it into a tilt.
Oh, okay.
And that went badly. Really, really badly. Because it was like, overcorrect.
I just imagine playing like Mario Kart on the Wii, like
exactly like that, yeah. It's like, turn! So anyway, so that's what it is. Now, we do actually have to pretty much dismantle it to put a new battery in, so...
It's like, it can't be too hard.
No. Now, one thing you did ask before is, why has it got tape on it?
Yeah.
Okay, so the simple answer is it's got these like landing pads that are just made out of normal Lego. But I found that every time it landed, these little guys would just come straight off, and it gave
It's already cracked.
Oh no, it's just really bad quality.
Okay.
It's just not. They didn't put enough plastic in that mold. So anyway, I found that the easiest thing to do was actually tape them on, so you could find them and like they didn't just fly off everywhere every time you crashed it. That's also why it's got this thing in the middle. This is actually a Velcro strap, and it says very clearly in the manual to make sure that you attach the Velcro strap before you go flying, because
the center bit
just comes straight out like that. Now it's because I've got it taped down, the wires there. But yeah, this bit basically just goes and then takes the motors with it. So it's like any good piece of Lego, it will fall apart at the drop of a hat. But anyway, so it basically is really simple. So we're going to pop the top little case off there, take out our battery, okay, and that just, as I said, pops into the charger. It can only go one way. Obviously, I can't get the right way. And then you plug that into USB. It's actually really cool. There's an LED inside here as well, and it lights up. And when it goes out, your battery's charged.
Oh, okay, so it gives you at least some notification.
Yeah, and it stops the current as well when it's charged. So it's not like some of those other cheap Chinese drones with the, I don't know if you've seen them, they've got these sort of USB chargers, and they just pump power into the battery until either they're charged or they explode. So
right, okay.
That's good. But yeah, you just basically stick the battery in the like middle of the unit and run the cable through like so. And all of these arms come off, obviously, and they've got little, I don't know if you can see that, the motors.
Yeah, okay, the
little,
ones that plug into the centre bit.
Yeah, they plug in as well, so you can kind of fiddle with those as well if you want.
They're not overly noticeable. So
no, not really. I've actually taped the wires to the legs to keep them out of like mode in case they get caught up or something. And then you just plug the new battery in, like so. If I can, I've put the battery in upside down. Apparently,
I actually noticed that when you did it.
Yeah. Could have said something. But, it's got ages, 9 to 90 on the box with Lego.
That's right, you're at least 100.
I'm ouch! Savage. So, if I can, I'll plug in the battery. Apparently, 2 wires is too hard for me. Oh, it's on.
There we go.
All right, so, now we can just quickly...
I mean, the assembly really wasn't that difficult.
No, it wasn't.
Battery change, yeah.
Battery change really quickly. So while you go out and learn how to crash this, you can have the other battery on charge. And that's it. So that's the front there where the lights are. And basically, just to show you guys it works, you turn on the remote, step back, and...
This thing flies at me. I'm hitting your $35 drone out of the air.
Yeah, we're just going to wait for it to pair. It should give me a beep. And I did charge the battery. I'm sure of it.
I mean, I don't think the light would be on if...
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ!
And there it goes.
It even scared our cameraman.
As I said, you do have to wait for it to pair. How badly did it break? It's still good. Still good. Okay, maybe we should take it outside.
Let's take this outside. A, because the camera can't see it, and B, I think it's safer.
Really? You do look like you need a shave. Just lean in. No, I won't do that. All right, so there it is. That's the Kogan Lego drone. $35 well spent once I learn how to fly it and don't kill people with it. So we're going to stop the what's in the box right now. We're going to go outside and we're going to have a fiddle with it. So see you shortly.
Oh, let's go.
All right. Test flight 947.
Straight back towards the tree.
I've got to trim up the
grass.
Well, no, I've got to trim the motors because each of them turn at slightly different rates, so it doesn't hover properly until you trim all of the motors. But the thing about that is you've got to get it hovering before you can trim the motors. So it certainly isn't a DJI Phantom.
It's not a ball, mate. You're not going to get on the ground. Right, we're filming in front of this tree, so come back.
guys, we're back. No doubt you've seen the footage by now. We've had a bit of a fun afternoon flying the $35 Australian Kogan DIY drone. We've lost the battle to aerodynamics and wind. We've also lost a stack of blades. No, not really. Corey did break a couple.
Yeah, so we've basically learnt that I am not allowed to touch anything that Aaron brings in here that's the price of $35 or under anymore.
Yep, absolutely. We've also learned that trees are not our friend. We've learnt that wind is not our friend, and we've learnt that thinking we know how to fly something because we play lots of video games doesn't work.
Yeah, so the only other thing I'd like to point out is the fact that there really is no breeze. It's a very, very slight gust of wind, and this thing flies about 4 meters away.
Yeah. Look, I get the feeling that if you fart in its general direction, you're going to knock it off course, but it really doesn't weigh anything either, though. It's probably in the region of like 20 grams, 30 grams. There's nothing to it.
But that's only with base load of Lego. Like you said, you can add to this at any point, so you can make it a little bit heavier. How heavy, I'm not 100% sure, because they are little plastic blades.
Yeah, they are. They're not...
So how much they'd be able to lift is another question.
Well, that's something I'm definitely going to find out. I haven't been put off the drone. I actually really enjoyed flying around and crashing into stuff and not being able to fly it very well and running around to pick it up. But I'm going to keep playing with it. I'm going to order a Batman minifig, at least, to sit on him and maybe weigh it down and see if I can't get a bit more stable in outdoors. But other than that, spring for the extra blades, definitely. We've proved that. Get the extra battery, because the battery life on any drone, as you know, is not very long. 8 to 10 minutes is about all you're going to get.
Correction, 8 to 10 minutes airtime. We played with this thing for a good 2 to 3 hours because it spent most of the time on the ground.
Yeah, all right. Fair call. But look, if you're looking for something to do for a weekend that doesn't cost much more than a case of beer and you're interested in flying drones, give it a go. It's better than crashing a DJI Mavic that's cost you, your weekly salary. So, yeah. Look, kogan.com.au, Australian seller, $35 Australian for the double kit with the blades and the extra batteries. Have a go. Have a play. You might not like it. If you don't, give it to the kids and they can not lose their fingers. We also got Corey's hand caught in the blades as well at one point, and he's still whole. So hopefully we've shown you a little bit more about these DIY drones. If you've got any feedback, hit us up on our social medias, Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, all the good known brands. And of course, if you do know how to fly a drone, let me know. Come and show me how to work it.
And also, hopefully, I will be back on here at some point, because the first time I've been on here, I nearly broke the product. So it may not be a future.
All right, guys, you've been watching the S.O.A.P What's in the Box. Is it a drone? You tell me.
Am I going to break said drone?
We're going to fly it inside.